All right. So our lesson for today is all about making how questions. Have you read it?
No.
No, as always. My goodness. All right. So we'll have an example come. Okay, so the example sentence is I usually invite my friends home and mom prepares food and a special cake for us. And my friends always give me books or movie tickets as presents. So for that paragraph, the example question could be how do you usually celebrate your birthday?
Uh,
Okay, it could be like that. Or how do you celebrate your birthday? As simple as that one. Okay, let's start with number one. We are going to change the sentence because the sentence is in Korea. So we're going to change it into I've been living here in Vietnam for, no, in Haizong for 2 years. So what possible question can you make out of that sentence?
how do you think when you're living in Hải?
How do you think? When you are going to ask how do you think, the answer will be different. Okay? The answer will not be all about years. But you see in the sentence, there is a year. Okay? The answer is 2 years. So the question should be,
How long did you live in Hải?
how long have you been living? Means it's an action that started in the past and you don't know when it will end. Okay? You don't know when are you going to stop living in Haizong. Do you know? So you can actually say, I have been living here in Haizong since 2018, or I have been living here in Haizong for 2 years. The preposition is different, okay? When you use since, you use since if you want to say the duration, how long, or the year since 2018. But for, you are going to mention how many years since 2018 and for 2 years. I think you don't understand. Okay, the question should be how long have you been living, okay,
Okay.
in Haizong? Example answer could be I've been living here in Haizong for 2 years, or I have been living here in Haizong since 2018. Let's go to number two. I've been studying English since middle school.
The how long have you been studying English?
That's correct, but there is something wrong. These questions are actually the same. Okay? So the question is past continuous. Do you know what's past continuous, Cam?
Mm, no, actually, I'm really bad in grammar.
Okay, so past continuous, as I said, the action started in the past.
Yeah,
Okay, and it is still happening today.
yes,
That is past continuous. So, for example, you started to study English 2010 and you are still studying right now. So you can say, I have been studying English since high school, okay? Like that, or since 2005, or I have been studying English for 10 years. That is past continuous. Okay? Do you understand what is past continuous, Cam?
Yes, I can understand.
Okay, let's go to number 3. I brush my teeth 3 times a day.
Mm, how many times you brush the teeth? I think so.
Right. Okay, so you can actually say how many times do you brush your teeth, or you can say how often. Okay, how often do you brush your teeth? Because this question talks about a habit, okay, a regular action. Therefore, number 3 is in the simple present. Number 4, I call my parents once a week.
How often do you call to the parents?
That is correct, but we just need to make it perfect. How often do you call your parents? Only like that, okay? So number 1 and number 2 are in the present continuous, while 3 and 4 are in the simple present, okay? Number 5. It was great. I visited my grandparents in whatever place in Vietnam and enjoyed walking on the beach. This is in simple past.
I think, how did you do with your grandparents when you visit them?
How did you do? When you say did you do, the question will be what? What did you do? But this time, we're going to focus on how. So the question is, how was your visit with your grandparents? How was your visit with your grandparents? Okay, don't worry, I'm gonna send all these questions to you later. Let's go to number 6. I have 2 close friends.
How many, how many close friends do you have?
Yes, exactly. How many close friends do you have? The question is in the simple present. General truth. Okay, number 7. We rented a condo for the weekend and spent all day on the slopes. It's simple past.
I'm not sure.
Just
And
try.
uh,
Weekend.
how did you do on the weekend? I think so.
So always remember, it's like question in number 5, okay? So if you use did you do, it means you have to use what and not how. So the question in number 7 should be, how did you spend your weekend? Okay, very simple. How did you spend your weekend? Number 8, it is a used car, so my friend gave it to me. Your friend gave you a car.
Um, how
Just think of a simple question.
uh,
It is also in the simple past because of the word gave.
I think how can you use this car?
How can you use? Mm. So if you are going to notice the answer, it is a used car. So my friend gave it to me. The question should be, how did you get your car?
How did you get? Okay.
Number nine, it takes 2 hours by car from here to Hanoi. What do you
Uh,
think is the
far,
question?
how far from here to Hanoi,
Mm,
capital? No.
yes, exactly. You can say, how far is it from here to Hanoi? Or you can say, how long does it take? Common question is, how long does it take from here to there? Number 10. I usually read 2 books a month.
Uh, how many book you read a month?
You can say, how many books do you usually read a month? Let's go to number 11. I was supposed to meet a friend at a coffee shop, but it was very crowded. So the waitress had me sit at a table with 2 girls. That's how I met my wife.
Hmm?
Story.
When how the situation you know the wife?
I think that's correct, but make it simple. How did you meet your wife? Very simple. How did you meet your wife?
How did you? Okay.
Okay, let's go to number 12. I practice at least 3 hours a day.
How many times you practice a day?
Times?
Mm.
The
Or how many?
answer is about hours.
Yes, how many hours do you practice a day?
Okay, that is correct. You can say that how many hours do you practice in a day? Number 13, it was a real bargain. I got them for only 20 bucks a piece.
Bargain something offered or bought at full price.
It's like buying something for a cheap price.
Mm. Um, how can you buy that with lower price?
Mm. Yes, that's correct. You can also say, how did you get it? How did you get it? For a low price. Let's have number 14. My friends who smoked looked cool to me and they recommended it to me.
Mm-hmm.
about smoking? Always, you always encounter this question in our book. But you cannot answer because you are not smoking.
Yes, but I think how do you feel about smoker?
Mm. When you're going to ask how do you feel about smoking, it is asking about your opinion, about your feelings towards the action smoking. But the answer here is it talks about how come you are smoking right now. So the question should be how did you start smoking? How did you start smoking? How did you start drinking? We always encounter this question, right? In our book, but you cannot answer it because you are not a smoker. Number 15, I never felt so bad in my life.
Uh, how do you feel in the life?
How do you feel? Yeah, that is exactly correct. How do you feel with your life? How do you feel with your life without the Wi-Fi? Life is so boring without it. You know, when there is
Yeah.
no Wi-Fi come, that's the time that I play with my phone. That's the only time that I can play the games in my
Uh,
phone. Yeah. So last night I keep on playing. But my games are all about finding the words. So
uh,
that's still good. Okay, so we have 15 questions all in all today, but I guess some of it we are not going to answer it because it is not suitable for you, such as how did you start smoking? Okay, maybe we're going to change the question. And it's raining now. Haizong is very lucky because there's no flood and there's no typhoon. Okay, let's go to number one. How long have you been living in Haizong?
I think I'm living in Haize about uh, maybe uh, about I think about 8 years ago. I think so.
I think I have been living here for
Eight
8 years.
years ago.
Yes, that's the answer. So when you are going to say I think, do not say maybe.
Mm,
Come because it's all the same. I think I have been living here for 8 years, or you can say maybe I have been living here for 8 years. Okay?
yeah.
So since you got married, Haizong is the first place that you live with your wife.
Yes, of course.
Also, you did not live with your parents first. Because that's a tradition, right?
Uh,
Usually, some couples, after they get married, they usually live with their parents first, right?
yes, almost the other people also the
Mm.
same, and they got married and also living together with their parents. But
Mm.
for me, when I come back my countryside and living in Hazard City, so I live really far from my hometown, and after that I got married and I stay with my wife. Uh,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. So that's good because you are not a burden to your parents, to both of your parents. Okay. So let's go to question number two. How long have you been studying English?
Really far from in my past. I think we start English when I were in high school to now. Yes.
You can say I started studying English since high school. This sentence, it's okay if you are not going to say until now because it is in past continuous. It means you started in high school and there is no point of end. You don't know when it will end. Okay, so let's go to number three. How often do you brush your teeth?
I often brush my teeth 2 hours a day.
Two,
Uh,
twice.
2 times a day. The first in the morning after I get up, and the last in the evening when I sleeping, when I go to bed.
Before, before going to bed.
Before I go
you,
to bed.
you brush your teeth while sleeping. So you can say I usually brush my teeth twice a day or 2 times per day because this talks about your daily routine. Okay? Let's go to number four. How often do you call your parents?
Um, I think I'm really lazy when I call to my parents because I think I don't have any serious problem, and my father also really young. So I think one time in a month, that's the how many time I call my parents. I think so.
You can say come, I rarely, rare.
Well,
So, yeah, you know the word rare, right? I rarely call my parents, probably one time in a month or once a month. One time or once a month. Okay, let's go to number five. Number five is all about your visit to. Have you visited someone before, Tom? Ah, in China. How was your visit in China?
uh, every time when I went to China, I just go there for business, and I don't have a time for traveling or find out the different culture between Vietnam and China. So almost the time when I went China just for business, and I don't have any experience. In, uh,
Okay. So it seems that you are also talking about a routine every time you visit China. So you have to say every time I visit China, I go there just for business. That's that. Okay, let's have number six. How many close friends do you have?
um, I think my close friend not much about for people. I think for people, I think so. That's either close friend, and I can share everything in life with them. And almost the time when I uh, mm, met when I meet them, uh, just for funny and joking. I think so.
So, with your friendship, you were not able to share something deeply, like your emotion in something, or your problems maybe related to your family, or problems related to your business. It's just all about joking and all about laughing. Did you hear my question?
I think I answered the question really, really right.
Really right. Okay, so you're not the type of person who share something very deep with your close friends.
I think the close friend is the friend really, really relationship, and I can share everything in life with them, and I don't yeah, or I don't afraid from them anything. So when I can share everything with someone else, I think that is my closer friend.
I am not. I am not afraid. Okay. So let's have number 7. How did you spend your weekend?
Mm, weekend. I think weekend is the best time for I can go out and selling product for some biggest customer because in the weekend they they still have free time for me. But other day, I think really hard for I can uh, talking or selling something for them. I think so.
Mm, okay. So it means that you can double your work every weekend. It's different from other work because they need to really work every weekdays. We're the same. We work really hard on weekends. Okay. Let's have number 8. How did you get your car? How did you get your car?
Of course, I buy my car and uh, I
How did
learned.
you buy it? Like, did you think a lot about the design, the color?
Uh, no, I don't care. I just think I need a car for my business and for take home my family more safely. So I just choose a car with 7 seats, and I don't thoughtful a lot. I think so.
Okay, it was easy for you to do it. How long does it take from here to Ho Chi Minh City? Oh,
Uh,
I remember before come you went to Ho Chi Minh, right? And you met one of the students in our class, right?
yes, in my past,
Did
I went to Ho Chi Minh City pretty much, and I think I lost about 3 hours when I want to go to Ho Chi Minh City by airplane. Yes,
3 hours?
mm, 3 hours.
From I can't remember how long it took me to travel by plane from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh before. I can't remember. Because the first time I came here in Vietnam, I landed in Hanoi, and on that same day, I flew directly to Ho Chi Minh, but I cannot remember how many hours. I think 3 hours is very long.
Mm, no, I think so. I don't think so because the time when you fly to Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City about 2 hours, and you have to check out and take the bus or taxi go to the hotel. I think at least 1 hour. So
Ah,
3
okay.
hours. Yes.
You're talking about the overall and not only the airplane. Oh, I thought only the airplane. That's why I said, what? Three
Uh,
hours? It's more than Thailand, like that. Okay, so let's go to number 10. How many books do you usually read a month?
I try to finish a book for a month in a month.
One book.
Yes.
Have you finished your Sapien book?
About let me check. About 200 pages.
Uh,
I will finish.
so there's still 200 pages left. Oh, how many pages is that book come?
Uh,
200, just kidding.
500 pages.
Oh, wow.
I have to finish about 200 pages. for finish.
Oh, that's a very good sign because you were able to read 300 pages. That's great. So, so far, what is something that you have learned from reading that book? Is there something that you have learned that you can really remember that?
Um, I found really difficult for I can focus on book in a long time. For example, sometimes I just want to spend whole day for reading a book, but I just focus on book in a really short time, about 1 hour, and after that I feel I can't focus on book and I feel sleepy. So at that time I close my book and go out for talking with other people. Yes.
I think it's very normal to feel that way, even though people who are bookworms, when we say bookworm, they are people who really likes to read book.
Yeah.
They also feel bored. So there are a lot of things you can do, Cam, in order for you to have time to read book in a day. So you can maybe read one page in one day. That is one of the ways. You can read one page in a day, or you can spend 30 minutes or 1 minute. That is the shortest. We're laughing. I think you're doing that. Or you cannot spend 1 minute. Oh my goodness. That's too much. Yeah, I think you will be done. You will be done if you are going to spend 30 minutes in one day to read that book, Sapiens, and you're going to review by Kong Nguyen. How do you read your name? You will give a review with that book using the language English, and you will become famous. Okay, so let's go to number 11. I think I already know this. How did you meet your wife?
Mm, I told you before. Yeah.
Yes, so let's change the question. How did you meet your closest friend?
I think um, almost my close friend from my childhood when was a child, and we have a many time played with other people, and we also learned or training in the same in elementary, uh, high school. Yes, and I think uh, the time in my childhood, also the time I built up the relationship with my closer friend. I think so.
So you can say I met them in my hometown because we were childhood friends.
Mm.
Childhood friends. Okay. That's nice. If until now you are still friends, come. Because it's very rare. Like, yeah, it just sometimes happen that your childhood friends will still be your friends when you are actually having your different careers in life. Because sometimes your friend will change. When you are in university, it will change, and when you have your job, it will also change. So you
Mm.
are still lucky. Next question. How many hours do you practice in a day? What is this all about? What kind of practice? English,
Mm.
Chinese?
1 hour for practicing English every day. Yes, and at that time, I really want to start again with Chinese, and I try to find the teacher can teaching me in Chinese. Yeah.
You're always saying that. Maybe This year will finish. 2020 is about to end, right? I think
Mm,
how many months? Like only 2 months? 2 months only for Gregorian calendar. So before the year ends come, what do you want to achieve?
um, I think this year I had a bad time in business when we faced with the virus. So I'm not expert so much in this year, and I just hope I can prepare really good for the next year. And because at the moment I'm preparing product for the next year, so I hope everything so so good, and um, and I hope in the and in this this year I think uh, not good, and I don't have a expert. I think so.
How many times did you say that not good, not good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your goal is just to be prepared, okay? So you can say that I will use the rest of the months to prepare next year. Yeah, so that will be your goal. It's just to prepare for the next year. Other people's goal is just merely to survive. Or your goal could be finishing the book that you are reading right now. Something that is very simple. And maybe don't think that, oh, at the end of the year, I should become a millionaire. I should have 100 billion because
Mm,
it's impossible. There's 2 months left. If we are going to win in the lottery, it could be very possible. So aside from your business, preparing your products for next year, how about for yourself? Is there something that you wanted to achieve? That you have to think that it should be achievable, like the example that I gave, like finishing the book that you are reading right now. For example, in my case, I want to finish my course for young learners, maybe on November 5. Maybe. Yeah, how about you?
I don't have any private tax for myself.
No task for yourself? Okay, just go with the flow. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Oh, did you buy something this past few days and you got it for a cheaper price? Or this year, did you
Uh,
buy something?
I don't know because uh, I just buy something really important in my house, like TV, uh, PC, or washing machine. Yes, and every time when I want to buy something, I always to check price between many other suppliers. So
Compare.
mm, yes. So after that, when I saw the lower price and better service, I will choose the supplies with the most benefit for me. I think so. And I don't know how I can save money. Yes.
Okay, I understand that you compare the prices of the products. I remember. Okay. Yeah, I remembered now. There is a term you call when you go to different stores to compare the products. It's called canvassing. Canvassing of products. It means that you are going to visit many stores and compare the prices of the product, and you are going to buy the lowest price.
Uh, Yes, nowadays we can stay at home and using internet for checking price between many other suppliers. Really easy.
Shopee,
And
Tiki, Lazada.
yes, and then you just go to them, and everything they can do is pay money for them. It's okay.
I think it's convenient also. So you have to also do that, Cam. You have to put your product to, okay, you already told me why you cannot do it. I remember. Okay, so let's go to number 14. How did you start running?
How did I start running? In my past, when I started my business, I feel really stressful and I feel bored every time. So at that time, I want to change some action I do in daily life. And the first thing I thought about why I don't running every day. And when I saw my timetable, I think the best time for I can run or exercise is early morning because this time I'm really free time and I don't have any tasks to do in this time. And I also think I want to build up a hobby when I really want to wake up early. Yes, that's
Mm.
why I start my practice or exercise every day.
So it become your habit. So do you remember having a hard time waking up early in the morning and going outside to have exercise before? Of course, not now.
Yes, in the first time, not every time, everything not easy for me when I always wake up really late and
Mm.
I feel bored every time. But I try to get up early, little by little. In the first time, I try to get up early more than 30 minutes when I compare with the past, and then I put to the 1 hour uh, when I want to wake up early. So I think I can keep doing that in the sixth month later, and I can build up a hobby for myself. Yes,
That's good. Congratulations. Because many people are really attempting to do that. Like they wanted to build hobbies or habits. Like, for example, diet, eating small portions.
Mm,
Not.
yes. I felt many times when I want to weight my reduce my weight when I want to die healthy, eating healthy. Yeah, really difficult, and I fail many times.
Did you try before?
Yeah, sometimes I try to reduce the rice I can eat a day,
Mm,
but
mm.
just still about 2 or 5 days. I still I really miss the rice and I eat a lot.
Oh, I miss my rice. I have read something, Kam, and it says that if you want to lose weight, you can do something like you don't eat rice and food which contains a lot of carbohydrates because our body just need protein, a lot of protein and not carbohydrates.
Yes,
But the problem is that for Asian people, rice is really the star of our meal. So it's very difficult for us not to eat it.
yes.
So congratulations for running, but I will not congratulate you for dieting. Okay, so the last question for today is I hope you can answer this in a long sentence. How do you feel about your life?
Um, I think the first I can tell you is I'm really lucky. Uh, yes, I think so. why I told you I'm very lucky because mm, in the first time I start every time with empty. I don't have any uh, a lot support from my parents. I don't have any relationship to support me in business. I don't have any customer, and every time everything I started by myself. But today I feel my life pretty good when I have a good family, when I have a good job, or I can feel happy when I do uh, doing day by day. And especially I can still up to date my knowledge every day. And in business, I can have some incentive to support me uh, uh, a quantity of money for I can invest um, other things like real estate and stock market. So my life pretty lucky, and I feel happy when I can protect or um, warranty about the life of my family. So that's why I'm really thankful for my life, and I'm really lucky when I compare with other people, and especially with my closer friend. I think so.
Yes. So if that is true, you are really lucky. But I want to ask a question because of what's been happening right now in our world and also in our country, in your country. Okay. So there's pandemic and the
Mm,
disasters. So how's like the business, the real estate come?
pretty good when the price of the real estate in Haizhou province really raising in this
Oh.
year. Yes, and I can't believe why our real estate really raising
Yeah.
because we have to face with the coronavirus, and the
Mm.
people not did not money for paying everything. So, but I think that's also have some reasons to make our real estate really suitable and raising, even though virus. The first is my country control the virus really best, and that's to make the stable environment for every people feel to peace of mind. And the
Mm.
second is our government to spend a lot of money when they put uh, a lot of money go out market. So that's why because our market really a lot of money, and that make the price of real estate and gold really high. Um, and when I someone some people around me really concerned about this time when they feel every time everything very difficult. But with my situation, I think uh, everything so pretty good. Uh, at least when I compare with other country,
Mm.
when other country like Europe, US, and many other countries, coronavirus come back again. But in my country, we control really good, and people can uh, mm, peace of mind for earning money. And at least I think from now to 10th holiday, uh, the virus really hard for come back with my country. And this time is the best time for we can earn, for we can earning money. I think so.
Mm. You can come back again because it's like yeah, it's the question. There's pandemic and there's a lot of disaster, but when you say that real estate is doing good, and I think you're right. The best way I think to like lessen the fear of people from all of this is to give them peace of mind, right?
Yeah, sometimes I feel my country, the people don't care about virus, and the most important thing with them at the moment is how we can support the people in the middle of it
Yeah.
when they have to face with many heavy storm and yes, and very bad for people there.
Mm. Yes, because when I talk to my friends and I tell them that we are back to work and yeah, it's already face to face like that. So they're very shocked and they always tell me, "Oh, you're better than us." Blah 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 blah. blah." But yeah, so we realize that we don't really know if the numbers of this pandemic are real. But what's good is that to secure people's mind, right? And to give them peace of mind that everything is under control and then the government can protect them against this pandemic. I think that's the most important thing. And the one thing that I can tell you also, come, I observe when I watch or when I scroll on social media because of the flood. So I said before that Vietnamese people can mobilize, can help their co-Vietnamese without waiting for government or international help. They
Yes,
can do it by their own. Yeah, and that is something that I haven't seen in many countries as well.
mhm,
Because also, it's very dangerous to accept international donation. You understand, right? International donation, because maybe it will be corrupted.
yeah,
So it will be better. It will be better if the local people will mobilize and move. So have you tried to think of helping people come?
mhm. Yes. My neighbor also gathering many clothing. They don't. They really don't wear, and to send the people in the middle of Vietnam. So in my warehouse, we have some. We have a big quantity of clothes out of date, and
Mm.
I really want to send them to the middle of the Vietnam. But when I talking with some of my friends, they have their own truck and they sell gathering everything like food,
Mm.
food, money, uh, trứng cake, and clothing, and they try their car to go to the middle of Vietnam and share everything for the people out there. But
Mm.
because there are many people also do the same, yes,
Mm.
and to make uh, but the problem is they can go to the forest area because they can't control or I don't know how can I tell you, but I feel the private charity not good and not support a lot for many other people. They really need food. I think so, and I really want my government can raise every people in our society
Mm.
and control the better than other than private people. I think so.
Mm. But I think when it comes to like emergency situations like this, I think maybe the private sectors can also help, right? It's not only the government, but yeah, in IELTS there was a question: do rich people or rich country do they have the responsibility to help poor people? What do you think? Let's put it in our situation like, do rich people have the responsibility to help those who are poor? What's your opinion about that question?
Yes, I agree with that. Because in my case, I also think I can earn money from other people. That means uh, um, I have a two responsibility to take care other people with poor. So when I can support for many other poor, that's also to make many people become more richer. And when they become richer, they can also buying a lot of product from my company. So I think that's the best way I can support other people. And I also agree the richer people have to responsibility support our society, especially with the poor people. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations for agreeing with that. No, but anyways, on a larger perspective or on a larger idea, this question is actually for United States because United States is considered to be a very powerful country and a very rich country, and they were asked that they have the responsibility to help countries like Africa because they've been using the materials like um, cocoa, the coffee, tomatoes, and a lot of woods from Africa. And then that's the question that people in Africa are poor, but then America, the country, not the people, okay? It's the government are using all of these raw materials. Should they help Africa or not? So that is the question that is being asked from the documents. So, do you have any questions about how question?
No, I don't have any question.
I'm going to check your homework if the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi will come back. I don't know. I will
Okay.
check later. Okay?
That's
And
okay. Yeah.
I'm going to send to you your homework about how question.
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't have any question, that's it for today. Thank you very much and stay safe also.
Okay. Goodbye. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.